Every morning is a door that opens towards a new possibility. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, today can start over. In Buddhism, the dawn is not just the start of the day, it is a sacred moment where the mind is still clean and the heart open. The way where we started, the tomorrow, deeply influences as we go about the rest of our journey. That's why, in this video, I share with you 10 Buddhist techniques to awaken with calm, clarity, and purpose. Small acts, when they are done with awareness, can transform your life. Before starting, I invite you to subscribe and leave your like if you value these spaces of wisdom and inner silence. Technique 1. Wake up with gratitude. Every day that dawns is an opportunity new, but we often forget it when wake up immersed in the hurry, the earrings, or the concerns that were left yesterday as pending issues. Instead, Buddhism invites us to start each day from a much more deep, that of the conscious gratitude, even before opening the eyes for complete pause. Stay still a few seconds without thinking yet, in clock, in the obligations or in which you have to do. Feel your breathing. It enters and exits naturally without you have to do anything. Listen the heartbeat of your constant, silent heart. Faithful. You're alive, and that's it. It's already a gift, immense. Don't need words, complex, neither grand gestures. Just place a hand on your chest. Feel that pulse of life, and saying silently, "Thank you." Just that word, simple, can become in a powerful seed if the you sow with sincerity. Buddhism teaches that a mind grateful is a mind at peace. Instead, the dissatisfied mind, the one who always seeks more, who compares, complains, lives trapped in, he's suffering. Therefore, start the day from the gratitude is a wise way to change the approach, not from what is missing, but from what already exists. Maybe you have concerns, maybe there is clouds in your mind or in your heart. Still thus, the simple act of thanking can open a space of light. You can thank for the roof that you blanket, for the bed that held you in the night, because of the fresh air that comes through the window, for your body, even if not its perfect, because it continues accompanying you in he path. This practice is not a superficial act. It is a deep, intimate gesture, silent. How to water an indoor flower. A flower, yes, you take care of her every morning with he time. Start perfuming your whole day. When you wake up with gratitude, your thoughts become softer, your more open heart, and your energy more stable. Not because disappear the challenges, but because your attitude toward they change. You start to see opportunities in means of the difficulties. You connect with it essential. Make this moment a ritual just for you. You don't need anyone it see, neither it approve. Gratitude, true, does not look for applause. It's a silent conversation between you and life, a sacred agreement with the present. And if a day you forget to do it, don't worry. Tomorrow, start over. Buddhism reminds us that every dawn is a new opportunity for wake up, not only physically, but spiritually. And give thanks could be your first step. Technique 2. Breathe with awareness. Every morning, as soon as we wake up, our mind begins to move quickly. Thoughts about what needs to be done, pending tasks that we didn't finish, emotions that we dragged from the previous day. In the middle of that internal turmoil, that offers us a tool so simple as it is powerful, the breathing aware. Breathing is much more than a physiological process. It's a silent bridge between your body and your mind, a way direct for return to the present moment. When you breathe with attention, even if it is for a few moments, something inside you aligns. Chaos settles, the mind becomes clear, and the body wake up with softness. Upon waking up, before looking at the phone or get out of bed, stay up Few seconds with the eyes closed. Take 3 deep breaths, without rushing, without demand. Inhale slowly through the nose and feel the air coming in. Go inside yourself, wake up your cells. Then exhale calmly, as if you will release the weight accumulated during the night. Worries, tensions, anxiety. This small, seemingly simple gesture has a powerful effect. It's like press a pause button on half of the noise. You return to yourself, and from there, from that brief refuge of awareness, you can start the day with calmer, with more balance, with more clarity. Buddhism teaches that breathing conscious is a direct form of meditation. You don't need sit down for hours, nor be in a temple. It is enough to be present here and now in that act of inhaling and exhaling. Every breath is an opportunity to return home, to reconnect with your center. In addition, this practice wake up to body with eye respect. After hours of immobility during he dream, the renewed oxygen active your muscles, ignite your energy, and align your mind. It's an awakening from within. Not about breathing better, but about breathe with attention, to give you account that you are breathing, to feel the miracle of that motion. What happens without you, you order it, and by giving you account, something opens, a silent, kind, present consciousness. Make these 3, your breaths, daily ritual. It costs nothing, and yet, it transforms everything. Even if the rest of the day is hectic, you will have started with an anchor, a moment you can remember when you need, a space of peace to which you can return how many times you want, because the breathing always is with you. You don't need look for her outside. Just stop, close the eyes, you wish, and allow yourself feel it. With that you are already in the present, already you are in you. And when you start your day so with presence and awareness, not only change your way of breathing, change your way of life. Technique 3. Set an intention. Every morning is like a canvas in white, and you, with your thoughts, emotions, and decisions, you will be the one who paints on it. But before you start drawing any line, Buddhism suggests to us a silent and powerful act. Set an intention. Ask yourself with honesty and gentleness, as wanna live this day. It's not about to make a to-do list or achieve external goals. It is not a commitment with the productivity, neither with the requirement. Setting an intention is something more deep. It is an internal statement, an orientation of the heart. It is to tell you yourself as you want to be, how you wish relate to each other, with the world, with you, with the others. An intention is like a compass. No controls what happens outside of you, but helps you not to lose yourself inside yourself. When day becomes confusing, stressful, or uncertain, as so often it happens, that intention is what you remember your true north. Maybe today, you will choose to listen more and speak less. Maybe you decide to judge less and understand more. Or maybe your intention be so simple as walking calmly, act with compassion, or keep you present even in the difficult. The important thing is not that the intention be big, but that it is authentic, that come from your heart, not your fears, neither your duties. When you set it, do not you are imposing an obligation, but opening a path. Buddhism reminds us that everything starts in the mind. Every action, every word, every look, is born first of a thought, of an internal energy. Therefore, sowing an intention to waking up is like planting a seed of clarity in the fertile soil of your consciousness. And like any seed, it will grow, you water, with attention and presence too, along the day. There's no need to repeat it 1,000 times, neither write it in a paper. Enough with remember her when you need. If in half, from the chaos of day, you feel like you are moving away from yourself, do pause, breathe, and return to your intention. Ask yourself, I'm acting from what I decided this tomorrow. Am I being who I want to be? Setting an intention doesn't make you perfect, but it makes you aware. It gives you direction, and that internal address helps to make wiser decisions, to avoid impulsive reactions, and living with more coherence between what you think and feel and you do. Make this practice a daily habit. Take a few seconds each morning to look inside and choose from the soul how you wish. Walk, not today, you need it to be a perfect sentence, neither that has words, beautiful. Just you need it to be true for you. Because when your day starts with attention, every step, it makes sense, and that in itself is already a form of wake-up. Music technique 4. Release expectations. Music. From the moment we wake up, our mind begins to build images of how should be the day. That everything goes according to plan, what was planned, which was not, is. Setbacks, that people act as we expect, that the body respond with energy, that there is not errors nor discomfort, but the reality rarely conforms to that mental script, and when not does, appears the discomfort. Buddhism teaches that much of the human suffering is born not because of what happens, but for what we expected that happened, and it didn't happen. It is the attachment to an idea fixed. What hurts us, know both the situation in yes. We resisted to what it is because we had imagined else. Therefore, a practice this is profound for every morning. Let go of expectations. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. Neither quit to dream means to open oneself to the unexpected without losing peace. It means walking with direction, but without stiffness. It means live the present as it is, not as we believed it should be. When loose expectations, you make space for the surprise, for him learning, for it royal, your limits and your humanity. The day doesn't have to be perfect for be valuable. Maybe something will be delayed, maybe someone will disappoint you, maybe things don't go as you expected, but that does not mean that the day is lost. If you are present, if you are in calm, still you can find beauty, meaning, and peace. Buddhism invites us to be like the bamboo, strong inside, yet flexible in its shape. The bamboo bends with wind, but no breaks. So too we, if we learn to flow with the changes, with the twists, unexpected things in life, our serenity remains firm. When you wake up, you can tell you, in silence, today, let's space for whatever. Know everything will turn out the way I want it, and that's okay. This statement is not resignation, it is wisdom. It is choosing peace above of the control. It is trusting that even though paths change, you can continue walking with dignity, conscience, and opening. Practice this every morning is an act of inner courage. It is a gesture of humility, of deep acceptance. Frees you from the burden of demanding that life be like you want, and invites you to embrace her as she is. And in that lucid delivery, in that smoothness with what arrives and what does not, is born true peace. A peace that does not depend on the external, a peace that is cultivated from inside, flows like the bamboo, flexible, present, in peace, because life is not always go on your plans, and that's okay. Technique 5. Meditate even if it's just a few minutes. In a world where noise seems start even before the day, feel in silence for a few minutes may seem like a luxury, but in Buddhism is seen as a necessity of the soul. You don't need long hours of nor withdrawal, a special corner with lit incense. You only need the decision to be present with you, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Those 5 brief minutes in clock, they can offer you a depth that an hour of activity hasty does not achieve reach. The purpose is not to empty the mind, as it is sometimes misunderstood, but simply observe what there is, without intervene, without judge, without escaping. Close the eyes. Sit down with the column upright, as if standing with something sacred. Breathe. Feel the contact of the body with the surface where you are. Observe the natural rhythm of the air coming and going. Listen what moves inside you. Thoughts, emotions, sensations, physical. Everything is part of you. Everything has permission to be. Buddhism reminds us that meditation is not to stop thinking, but to stop being dragged by the thoughts. It's like sit at the shore of a river, watching as the current flows, but without jump in. You learn to look with kindness everything that appears, a concern, a joy, I remember, a tension. You look at it, you breathe, and it you leave pass. That stillness is not empty, is a space full of life. It is there that can listen to you without distraction, where can find you without masks, where you can rest in the present, because in background the meditation is that, a return home, a return to what essential. This moment of silence also acts as a medicine for agitation, interior. It will not always cure what it hurts, but yes, softens the edges, relieves the pressure, and clarify the vision. When you sit down to meditate, even if it is a couple of minutes after waking up, you are not losing time. You are taking care of your mind, like who water a garden every tomorrow before the sun sets, and the more so practices, more natural will return. The silence will cease to be uncomfortable and will start to feel like a refuge, an internal place where you can return, even in half, from chaos external. Make this practice yours, without pressures, without perfectionism. Just you, your breath, and the moment present. Don't need to be a monk to meditate. Just need to want to be with you in true and when you begin day, so, in silence, in presence, in attention, the rest of the day has other route, more firmer, clearer, more at peace. Technique 6. Practice the goodness, loving. Every morning, before going out into the world, have the opportunity to sow in you a different energy. An energy that is not born from the urgency, nor of the obligation, but of the sincere wish to well-being for all beings. That practice in Buddhism is called metta, or kindness, and is one of the most powerful ways to transform your day and your heart. Don't need perform great rituals, neither pronounce words aloud. Just need to close the eyes some seconds and wish good to yourself, to the people you love, those you don't know, and even especially to who have you wounded. It starts with you silently. Repeat softly that this in peace, may he be healthy, may he be free from the suffering. Don't say it out of habit. Say it as if you were talking with your soul, because many times the first person who we forget to treat ourselves with love themselves. Then carry that same desire toward your loved ones. Imagine someone you love and repeat internally that you are in peace, that you have health, may you live with happiness. Visualize that desire, wrapping that one person like a warm breeze, like a ray of light that caresses and releases. Music, and then go a step further. Think in someone neutral, someone with who doesn't you have a relationship close, but that also lives its own struggles, joys, and fears. Offer it to him, he's same. Desire without distinction. Finally, if you feel ready, think in someone with who beaches had difficulties, not to justify what happened, but to free you of the resentment that binds you. Wishing you peace is not an act of weakness, but of inner strength and wisdom spiritual. Silently say that you are in peace. May your heart find rest. Buddhism teaches that everything we give from the heart returns multiplied. When practices the loving kindness, No, you just change your vibration. You change the quality of your presence. Your gestures are softened. Your words become more conscious. Your way of looking at the world is filled with understanding. This simple act widens your heart and softens your energy. You don't need to nobody it, no. It is not an act for not to show, but to inhabit. And if a day don't feel anything, if it costs you want he well, even to yourself, do not you punish. Just repeat the sentences with patience, like someone water a seed. Love will grow. With he time, make this practice a ritual, silent but constant. Dedicate a few minutes each morning to wish for he good without conditions, and you will notice how your way of being in the world, that when you cultivate love for the tomorrow, you walk with more lightness throughout the day. No, because everything is perfect, but because you carry within you a light that embraces, understands, and releases. Technique 7. Observe your thoughts. Upon waking up, even before moving the body, the mind is already in motion. They appear thoughts, as if someone would have lit a projector. What you have to do today, what you didn't do yesterday, a conversation pending, a comfortable memory, a concern without form. And the funny thing is that no one, the called, simply appear as waves that arrive at the bank without you, the controls. But this is where Buddhism offers transformative teaching. You are not your thoughts. You can have them, observe them, even learn of them, but you don't need believe them all, nor let yourself be carried away by them. The practice consists of look at them with mindfulness, but without attachment, as if were clouds crossing the darling of your mind. They come, they transform, and they go. Some are dark and heavy, others are light and almost transparent, but none of them stay forever, and none of them are you. When wake up, take a few minutes to silently observe what thoughts are present. No try to change them neither. Force yourself to think positive. Just look at them, recognize them. If some produce you restlessness, do not fight with him, breathe, let it be, and then comes back with softness to your breathing, to that spot landline that connects you with he present. In Buddhism, this practice is called vigilance, or full attention to the processes mental. It is not an exercise of control, but of freedom, because the more you learn to observe your thoughts, without identify yourself with they, more space you believe in what happens in your mind and the way you decide to act. This space is key. There is born the freedom. You no longer react automatically. You don't take everything as it is personal. You don't act on impulse. You learn to wait, breathe, discern, and in that discernment arises the wisdom. Observe your thoughts also you helps to know you in depth. You discover which are the patterns that are repeat, the fears that visit you the most, the stories, mental things that you tell yourself over and over again. And far from being an excuse to judge you, this is a door to understand and transform yourself. Not about eliminating thoughts negative, but to relate to you with they from another manner. Stop seeing them as enemies and start to treat them like clouds, passengers. It doesn't matter if you get distracted at first or you forget. Every time you remember and you look again, you are strengthening your attention, you are awakening. Make this practice simple. Diary, without expectations, just you, your breath and your mind open like the sky. And every morning, observe your thoughts calmly and without judgment. You will be cultivating a fertile ground where it flourishes the freedom, the clarity, and peace. Technique 8. Smile softly. Such gestures, small ones, that seem insignificant, but in reality have a profound power. Smiling when you wake up is one of them. No, it's about showing an expression forced, nor of pretending joy that is not you. Feel. It's about inviting the lightness, well-being, and openness with a simple and silent movement of your face. Before you get up, when still you are between the dream and the vigil, form a smile, light in your lips. Doesn't have to be big or obvious, just a soft expression, almost imperceptible, like someone caressing his own heart from the inside. In Buddhism, recognizes that body and the mind are deeply connected. What happens in one, it affects to the other. A tense posture can intensify the anxiety. A face in calm can soften an emotion difficult. Thus, a conscious smile is not only a reaction to what you feel, it can be also a cause that transforms what you are feeling. That smile at the beginning of the day is like open a window to let in the light. Although darling, it is cloudy outside, although your thoughts, whether they are heavy or your emotions are revolts, that gesture kind is a silent reminder of that there is something inside you that continues being bright, available, alive. This simple act is an act of tenderness towards yourself. That is to say, without words, I am here, I'm with you. We can start with softness. You don't need reasons great to smile about. Just be there alive. Just know that you can choose how to inhabit this moment, even if it is difficult. Master Zenik, Nathan used to say, sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy, and it is true. Even at the beginning, smile softly, something inside you begins to relax, to give in, to open up space to a more friendly feeling. The mind interprets that signal and responds more calmly. The body reduces his tension, the heart calms down. Make this smile an intimate ritual. Nobody, you have to see it. It's not for the others, it's for you. A subtle way to give you the welcome to the new day, one way to sow a different energy from the first second of consciousness. And if a day you unsmile, if you feel overwhelmed or sad, don't force this, but try at least to remember that possibility go on there waiting for you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later, late, because the smile is not a duty, it's a door, and you decide when cross it. In the Buddhist practice, every gesture that it is done with awareness has value, spiritual. Even this smile, small, intimate, silent, and when you choose to start the day so, you are choosing walk with more tenderness, more acceptance, and more light. Technique 9. Enjoy it, simple. In modern life, we usually associate the happiness with it extraordinary, great achievements, intense moments, experiences uncommon. However, Buddhism reminds us that the true fullness is not found in the strange, nor in it far away, but in which it's already here, in the everyday, in its simple, in what we often go through. Music. When you wake up, you can find peace in something as basic as the first sip of water. Feel its freshness running through your throat, the subtle relief that brings to your body after, from the break. Don't take it with hurry, not even out of habit. Do it with attention, as if it were the first time, because in a certain way is. Look at the light coming through the window. Notice how the tone of the room, as play with the shadows, how you remember that the day started. Listen the sound of the birds, although be it to the far away. They don't sing for a reason special, simply express your being, his natural joy of existing, and to listen to them with full presence, something in you to wake up. Enjoy it simple is a way deep meditation. You don't need sit down in a cushion, nor close the eyes. Just need to open your senses. Be really where you are. Feel the water on your skin when washing face. Appreciate the warmth of a cup between your hands. Listen the silence between the sounds. Buddhism teaches that the sacred is not hidden in the distant temples, but in every daily act when it is performed with consciousness. Walking, drinking, looking, breathe. Everything can become a door toward the present if it you do without hurry, without trial, without distraction. When you begin He Day, valuing it simple, your energy changes. No more you chase the perfection, nor do you expect that something external completes you. You realize that already there is beauty, already there is life, already there is enough. Not because everything is ideal, but because you are really there to experience it. This habit also teaches you to reconcile with the present moment, even if it's not what you expected. Learn to see what is there, instead to focus on what is missing. And in that change of perspective gives rise to peace, silent and deep. Make this practice a natural part of your awakening. Does not require time, extra strength, additional. Only requires your attention, your willingness to see with new eyes which always has been there. Because when you learn to enjoy it simple, you discover an essential secret. The happiness it est not far, it was just being ignored. And upon getting it back in it every day becomes in a little miracle, lived with gratitude. Technique 10. Walk with mindfulness. Walking is one of the more actions, simple and automatic, that we carry out every day. We do without thinking, without notice, the movements of the body, without pay attention to what is happening underneath our feet. However, in the vision, Buddhist, even the first steps of the day, they can become in a deep meditation. Mindfulness is not limited to sitting in silence. It is also grown while you move, while you inhabit your body, while you walk. That's why, when you get up in the morning, tomorrow, he conscious effort to walk slowly with total presence. Don't go running to the bathroom. Don't look at the phone. Don't start the soulless routine. Walk like who honor life. Feel the contact of your feet with ground. Perceive how each part of the body collaborates in that motion, simple but miraculous. Observe the balance, the softness, the force, natural of your gait, and while you walk, breathe without hurry. Allow your breathing synchronizes with your step like a silent dance between body and awareness. Can accompany your walk with a short phrase repeated softly in your mind. I am here. I am alive. These words are not statements empty, but reminders that you are present, awake, grateful for the opportunity to start a new day. Walk with mindfulness transforms it common in sacred. Already, it's not about get anywhere, but to be truly where you are. Every step comes back, a act of connection with you, with space you inhabit, with the land that holds you. Buddhism teaches that the body in conscious movement is a tool to calm the mind. While walking the concerns lose strength, the mental dialogue softens, and appears silent clarity. It's as if each step releases a weight invisible, a tension unnecessary. Don't need a special path. Can do it in your house, in a hallway, in your garden, or on the way to work. The important thing is not the place, but the quality of your presence. Even a few steps with full attention can make a profound difference in your energy. Make this walk a small ritual morning, not as an obligation, but as a gift. A moment in the one that your body, your mind, and your breathing align to begin Day from the root of your to be, from the here and now. And with over time, you will notice that this way of walk, it also transforms your way of live. Because he who walks with awareness lives with awareness, and who lives like this converts every step, as ordinary as it may seem, in a manifestation of peace, clarity, and gratitude. Every morning is an opportunity to awaken not only the body, but the soul. These 10 practices are seeds of consciousness. If the you water with perseverance, you will see growth in you, a life more full, serene, and compassionate. Don't do them all. Start by one. Do it with love and repeat it every day. If this video brought you value, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Which of these practices want to begin tomorrow? Have a nice day, a day full of light, peace, and wisdom. See you in the next video. A hug, light.